Hi, I'm Murphy, and this is my channel, Murphy's Every Whim, where I talk about books. And talk, and talk, and talk, and talk, and talk, and talk. Today's book is The Palisades by Gail Lynn Hanson. This is a book that I got from Library Thing in exchange for a review. This is another one of those books that I am writing the review, giving the review, making video about the review in a timely fashion, not one of the ones that I've forgotten about. So, the Palisades. First of all, Pacific Palisades is a community in, I think it's part of Los Angeles, and it's a place that traditionally has been a home for famous people in the Hollywood scene. And so that's the setting for this. Two main characters. The first one is Dorothy. Dorothy grows up in a strict Lutheran Midwestern family. And if you're from the Midwest, you have an idea of what this strictness and what being Lutheran is about. She grows up, her father's a minister, she plays piano at church. She's a pretty good piano player, and she's not allowed certain things, so secretly she does the sorts of things that she wants to do, which is go to the movies. She loves the movies. She has many female stars as idols. At 25, she decides to follow her heart and moves out to California. When she gets there, she ends up marrying into a wealthy family that gives her the opportunity to set up a house in Pacific Palisades. And there she's in a community, you know, there are people who live in her neighborhood that we know. People like Angela Lansbury and Judy Garland. Is also an area where Carol Landis lived. And if you know who Carol Landis is, she was also a star, but she died young. Dorothy moves to California when she was 25, but now she's 83. Her husband has died. She lives alone in this house in a neighborhood with all these other stars. But sadly, Dorothy's delusional. She believes she's still a beauty. She believes she has talent. She believes that all these other stars really know her and are her friends, even if they have no clue who she is. She also has this delusion of motherhood. She's not a mother. She didn't have children, but she has this delusion. So that's the first character. The second character is Ruth. Ruth had a rougher life. She didn't know who her birth parents were. She grew up in a foster home. That situation wasn't very good. She left early. Then as she, worked her way through life, she became a healthcare provider. And in particular, she worked in nursing facilities. And unfortunately, she was fired from her most previous nursing facility because her clients, her patients, seemed to have a higher death rate than they should have. So now, at 66, she does home health care. She goes into someone's home, on a day-to-day basis and helps them with meals and showering and, all those sorts of things. But she targets older, well-to-do women and hopes that maybe when they pass away, they'll leave her a little something. So Ruth starts working for Dorothy. But the weird thing is that Ruth seemed to know a lot about Dorothy and her family and her home before she got there. So We have these two women. They end up living together. And let me just say, this living situation is right out of the movie Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. We've got Dorothy with her Norma Desmond-esque delusions. And we've got Ruth, who's battling her own demons. And the two of them are dancing around each other in this dark way. As time goes on, we learn more and more about each of their lives. We learned more about what possible connections they might have. So, this is a dark book. It's psychological. It's also humorous at times. It has so many Hollywood references. I actually made a list of movies that are mentioned in this that I want to see now. I want to see some movies with Carol Landis in them. I enjoyed this book. I just started reading it and read straight through. I was not necessarily happy with the ending, but I can't say that there were any outcomes that I would have liked. I can't think of any way this could have ended that would make me happy. So it's not that. It was a horrible ending. It's just, it was one of the many possibilities. On the lighter note, Angela Lansbury is actually a character in the book, and she gets the last word. The Palisades. A good atmospheric book. If you like books that talk about Hollywood, this is a good one. If you like two women pitted against each other, this is a good one. That's the book for today. Hope to see you again sometime. Take care. Hi, I'm Murphy. Hi, I'm Murphy. That old Hollywood. There's a fly. It's just a little fly.